Namaste and welcome back to Awaken Tight Yoga with Premaloka. Thanks for joining me today. Today I have another of our Shine Bright series for you, and we're going to move straight into a sequence that is guaranteed to raise your vibration and ensure that you're working at your highest frequency today. So we're aiming for another approximately 20-minute practice, and we're going to make it as complete and whole as we can for you today. So I'm going to ask you to come to upstanding and come to the front or the top of your mat. Bring the hands into prayer. Be facing at the top of your mat as you would as you prepare for sun salutation, Surya Namaskar. Place the thumbs in with a slight pressure at the sternum area. Immediately close the eyes and bring your breath focus to just behind the sternum. Feel the energy enter and leave the body here. Remaining with the eyes closed and continuing to focus on the breath, and if you can, the energy and awareness of the breath coming in at Anahata at the sternum. I'm going to ask you to lift all the toes up, widen, bring space between the toes, and then slowly replace them back down on the mat. I'm going to ask you to bring a little bit of pressure to the toes and the pads underneath the toes, and lift the heels slightly and replace them on the floor. Inhale and exhale and flatten through the feet. Ground yourself for today's practice. Be aware that the knees are stacked over the ankles. The ankles are in line with the knees and the hips. The navel is drawn in. Take another inhalation, or on your next inhalation, lengthen through the body. Crown of the head floats a little higher towards the sky. Navel drawn back. And then drop the hands down by the sides. Make sure that the shoulders are relaxed away from the ears and there's length to the neck. Cast the gaze out along the floor in front of you. Inhale, reach all the way to the sky, and then arch back just a little. Draw the navel in, bend fully through the knees. Place both hands on either side of the feet. Look up, come down, forehead to the knees. Inhale up, straighten through the legs just a little. Exhale back down, nose towards the knees. And then on the next inhale, straight back. All the way with the left foot, eyes to Brahmadya, the eyebrows here to push off the front foot. Come all the way back into your downward dog, or Merudandasana, Asana, Ashtanga Namaskar. Knees, chest and chin, and straight into your cobra. Tuck the toes under, draw the navel in. Exhale back into your mountain. We're going to cast the gaze forward, lift the right leg straight up to the top of our mat, push off the back foot joins the front foot, draw down, inhale, exhale back to standing. And we're going to move through the other side. Inhale, reach for the sky first. Push the hips forward, arch back a little, draw the navel in, pivot forward from the hips, nose to the knees. This time it's our right leg back. A deep lunge, drop the knee to the floor or toward the floor, eyes to Brahmadya, push off the front foot, and exhale. Ease all the breath from the body, and then drop to the knees. Lower the chest and chin straight through to your cobra. Lengthen and curve back. Draw the navel in. tuck the toes under. Exhale. Rotate the tailbone. Push back through the thighs and then cast the gaze forward. Lift the left leg, stride all the way forward, top of the mat. Eyes to Premaloka, push off the back foot joins the front foot. Draw down. Inhale. Exhale. So you'll be starting to get the idea. I'm going to call slightly less through the next couple of rounds, and we're going to move through a couple more rounds of sun salute. Inhale, earth to sky. Exhale, hands to the earth, nose to the knees. Left leg, right leg. Knees, chest and chin. Cobra. Mountain. Equestrian pose. Forward bend. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg. Left. Cobra. Mountain. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And we're going to move on. Left leg. Right. Knees, chest and chin just on the floor or just off, and coming into up dog or Bhujangasana. Push back to mountain. For this one, we're going to lift the leg a little higher. Cast the gaze forward and lift the leg to the sky and stride forward. Push through for the hips, arch back. Draw the navel in, pivot forward. Right leg back. Left. Ashtanga Namaskara, knees just on or just off the floor, and coming up to Bhujangasana or up dog. Once again, gaze cast slightly forward, lift the left leg and stride through. And we're going to do one last round. Right leg forward, draw down, exhale, Premaloka. Last side. Come to stand well once again. Hands in prayer. Come back to that gentle pressure of the thumbs behind the sternum. Bring a full rising sun to the space within the Hridaya, the heart space, and have it rising behind the sternum. Breathing deeply. Coming to recovery. Not moving until your heart rate has slowed and returned to its usual steady rhythm. And then come and drop down into Shavasana. Once you're down in Shavasana, we're just going to take 3 breaths here before we move on. Full deep belly breaths. Breathe in, swell the navel all the way to the sky. Exhale, let the navel drop back towards the spine. And repeat this twice more. Draw the navel in now towards the spine and slowly come all the way up to upright and bring your legs to wide. So come to a wide-legged posture on the mat. Bring your legs as wide as feels comfortable. You can warm up a little through the adductor muscles, give a little pinch all the way through. Warm them up a little, give them a little bit more of a stretch to help elongate them all the way back up to the groin. Then I like to put a little bit of pressure into my hands, lift the body slightly, resettle down and make sure that I'm in touch with my sit bones. Otherwise we just pull the fleshy bits of the buttocks out from underneath us. We're going to move straight into a dynamic spinal twist. So on the next inhalation, drawing up length through the spine, expanding through the chest, widening through the upper area of the chest and through the collarbones, bringing the arms out to shoulder height. The fingers are relaxed, space between the fingers. On the next inhalation, we're going to swing over towards the left foot and the left arm comes behind us. The gaze is cast towards the back and the left thumb is upturned. Inhale, exhale. And we're going to get a little bit faster. So if your hand doesn't come all the way through to the opposite leg, that's all good. Keep the sit bones grounded, keep the navel drawn in, and just come at whatever pace suits you the best. If this is a little bit too vibrant, then slow it down. If you want to go faster, feel free. Keep looking for that upturned thumb behind you. And we're going to slow down a little and come back to center. So now I'm going to ask you to take hold underneath the knees, lean back a little bit, connect with the sit bones and the tailbone, draw the heels in towards each other and draw the heels back towards the groin. Place both hands, fingers clasped underneath, and we're going to move into Titali Asana, the butterfly. The breath is just spontaneous. As we breathe in and out, we draw the knees up towards the shoulders and then lower them back down towards the floor. Getting a lovely good stretch in through the hip flexors and the adductor muscles insides of the thighs. Navel's drawn back, the shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Just a couple more. And pause. So I'm going to ask you to take hold of the outside edges of the feet and lean back a little and find a little bit of balance. So move from side to side, lift the legs up off the floor and find your spot of balance. You may want to look out in front of you or down towards the floor to keep yourself balanced. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears, navel to the spine, and we'll move into Merudandasana. So widen. Now if you don't want to take hold of the outside edges of the feet, you can grasp the big toes with the thumb and the forefinger. The spine is straight. Lift and widen through the collarbones. Look up at the sky and draw tall. Lift the crown of the head. Draw the navel in. Nice, good, nice length to the legs. Wide through the thighs. So just find your spot of balance and breathe in and out deeply. Hold for just another 2 or 3 full inhalations and exhalations. When you come to your last, extend a little wider and higher, and then release the heels all the way back down to the mat. I like to clasp my fingers in once more and drop down into a butterfly, and when I do, I push down through the knees and the feet. I drop my chin down to my chest, and I lengthen and widen through the traps area of the back, just in case I stored any tension in there from my balance. And then let go of the feet. Draw the knees up, hug them into the chest, drop the chin all the way down. Lengthen the legs down in front of you, out along the mat. The hips should be reasonably loose and open now. We're going to come up and take the left leg and place the heel over the right extended leg wherever it feels comfortable. If it feels comfortable to bring it all the way up towards the hip, then just open up the hip a little and pop the heel up. We're going to move into a little twist. Inhale wide through the chest. Exhale, pivot around towards the left. Right hand comes towards the back of the left knee, and the left hand steeples behind the back. Draw the navel in, twist a little bit further. Now and just hold and breathe. If you want to move into a little bit of an extension and you have the height with your heel up towards the hip bone, then you can swing your left arm around, take hold of the left big toe, and the hand comes back, and it just enables you maybe to pivot a little bit further. The breath is coming up and down the spine. The spine is straight. And one more inhalation, and then release, arms out wide, and then pop the leg back up, hug it in towards the chest, extend the left, take hold of the right, and pop it onto the left knee or the left thigh, wherever it's comfortable. If you're going to go up that little bit higher, a few little sways back and forth as you open up through the hip and pop the heel to where it feels comfortable. And then arms out wide, and this time we're swinging towards the right. The left hand comes in behind the back of the knee, right hand behind the spine. And once again, if you want to extend a little further, take hold of, swing around. This time I'm going to, this is my shorter side, I'm going to take hold of the right toe with my right hand. I used my left hand to help me just to extend a little bit to get there, and now looking out over the right shoulder. One more deep breath here. Extend a little bit further and then release. Both hands out to the sides. Pop the knee back up. Draw it in nice and tight and lengthen now. And we're just going to swing back around and come all the way down into Shavasana once again. We're just going to move through just a few flowing little Kandarasana poses. Bring the knees up towards the outside edges of the buttocks. Breathe in, lift the hips up towards the sky at the same time as you raise the arms and lower them back down alongside the ears. Exhale, roll the spine back down along the mat. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And this last one we'll hold for just a few breaths. Inhale up and hold. Lift the chest up towards the chin, strong through the quads and the glutes. Press into the flats, the soles of the feet, the heels and the pads underneath the big toe. Pop the hips up a little bit higher. Strength through the large muscles, deep muscles either side of the spine. And then on the next exhalation, roll all the way down. Lengthen now through the legs, and we're going to come up to just a couple of flowing dynamic forward bends. Inhale up, exhale forward, inhale up, exhale down, inhale, exhale over, inhale, exhale down. Sitting back up on the inhalation, I'm going to ask you to place the hands beside the thighs and then slide the hands back. The fingers should face you. The toes are pointed forward. We're just going to pop up into a little counter. We weren't in Kandarasana for long, but just in case there's any restriction or constriction to the neck, we're going to inhale up and drop the head back behind us and exhale down. The big toes are heading towards the mat. Inhale up and exhale down. And then release all the way back down into Shavasana. Coming to that full belly breath once again. 3 full inhalations and exhalations. Going to ask you to continue in Shavasana. Legs apart, feet splayed out to the sides, arms away from the outside edges of the body, thumb and forefinger joined. Focusing on your breath. I'm going to ask you to visualize, see or imagine the energy, your aura around the outside edges of the body. We all have one. It outlines our body by about 1 inch out from the body or 2. I'm going to ask you to see your aura or your energy as a dust, a colored dust, the first spontaneous color that comes to mind. Surrounding your whole entire body like a chalk outline, this dust, this colored dust, floats around the outside edges of your body. As you inhale, it is drawn in through all the little pores on your skin. And as you exhale, it's released back into your energetic field again. And I'd like you to see the color intensify. So whatever colored dust you have chosen, inhale it through the pores and exhale it out and watch the color intensify. And I'm just going to ask you to do that. Focus only on that for the next several breaths. Side and spend a moment there before releasing and coming all the way up to sitting on the mat. If you have time to do a Nidra Vidya or a pranayama now, please do so. But I'm going to leave you there and say Hari Om Tat Sat. This practice is now complete. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.